Hello everybody and welcome to episode 2 of our Let's Play of Duel Links, unlocking all the characters with my approach, which means minimal resources and minimal effort, basically. I mean, it's a bit of effort, but hey, you know how it is. Last time we left off by hitting 5D's world to stage 3, so now we make it to stage 4 and then stage 5 here, so that Akiza now appears, but we cannot unlock her just yet, so we should probably get another stage in. And that is of course 5D's stage 6, which means from this moment onward we can unlock Akiza and a lot more characters in 5D's world. However, I'm not done yet with this and I still need to complete some preparations before I take care of all the unlocks starting in the next episode. So today we are just going to stage up a few of our worlds here, which is the next one here, Vrains world, that's stage 2, and since Vrains is the Link world, basically, I decided to get a Link monster, which is Gaia Saber, the Lightning Shadow from the card trader, as we can see here. And Gaia Saber itself is a non-effect monster, but I always like to have it in my extra deck. Last time when we had this dual assessment stuff against the sector security standard duelist, they had their Mask of Restrict or whatever it was called that prevented my monsters from attacking and dealt effect damage to me during each of their turns. And by simply linking the equipped monsters off into Gaia Saber, I would have been able to get rid of the equipped spells as well. So anyways, that's just one way of doing that, and Gaia Saber in general is a good one to have for me because it, as a Link monster, cannot be put into defense position, and with its 2600 attack points it can go over a lot of stuff that I have to deal with when I'm going to unlock characters. So with that said, I also put Gaia Saber into my deck previously and can stage up Vrains World some more, so that we now make it all the way to stage 6, which means that the Gore appears and the Gore is unlockable. And I wanted to get Vrains World to stage 6 because I wanted to unlock the Gore as soon as I can, basically, but not using gate keys in the process if I can help it, because his starter deck comes with a copy of Union Attack, which is a spell card I can use for my vessel farm, and having him is better than not having him. Also, once I hit Go Rush World stage 2, I had to do this mandatory Vagrants purchase. Vagrants are cool idiots. I shouldn't call them idiots, but they're cool guys that I can challenge and duel, and if I beat them I get more experience points. Like the 20 times guy, if you beat him with a character that is level 1, you get all the way to level 10 with that character. But that's just that. Yeah, but I am not going to use these Vagrants. Instead, I am just keeping them there and level my characters up off of legendary duelists and standard duelists mostly, because I simply cannot decide on who to give these experience points. Anyways, once we hit Go Rush stage 3, we had Yuhi appear and we are now at stage 4, and that means we can unlock Yuhi. Here, for me, he was a level 20 spawn, not ideal, but hey, and the missions are that we summon Transam Linek and win. Right now I do not have the friend code structure deck for Galaxy, so I only have access to one copy of Transam Linek, which is by Udias' starting skill that also adds Galactica Oblivion to my main deck. And therefore I need to bide my time here, cannot finish him off too early, and have to get rid of cards in my hands so that I draw more cards each turn and have a higher chance of getting Transam Linek or getting it earlier, which is something I do in these rush duels, or I tend to do when I need to summon specific monsters, that I empty my hand as good as I can so that I draw more cards next turn and therefore have a better chance of getting the card that I need. And I will only be able to summon Transam Linek once I have it, but that takes a while, and unfortunately it's a rather long duel, even sped up by 2. However, I try my best here, but I can't speed up the process without speeding up the footage itself, and then you get like motion sickness or whatever it's called, and that's not fun to look at anymore. So just ×2 speed up here should be enough, and it still takes a long time, and unfortunately you have to sit through this as well as I had. But I could also have just not put this footage in here and instead duel him at level 10 at the gate and try this as often as necessary until I get Transylvanic earlier, which wasn't the case here. And in order to have a free monster zone, I kept a 2 tribute monster in my hand to summon so that I have 1 monster zone free for Transylvanic. And with that said, we cleared both of the missions for unlocking Yuhi, which was of course that we have to win with Julius and that we have to summon Transylvanic. So with this done, I already need to swap to Yuhi because some of the stage missions require me to have him, like summoning his monster, his signature card. Its name is of course Jointech Rex, but I did not remember for some reason. Anyways, once we make it all the way to stage 5, which wasn't all that long, Yumau appears, and we can go to stage 6 right away, and that means we would have access to Yumau's unlock missions. For Yumau's missions we need to play as Julius, and therefore I swapped to him again. And one thing is, I didn't want to wait until Yumau spawns in the world, so I just decided to challenge her at level 10 at the gate and therefore use a few of my gate keys, but that should be alright. I'm going to save so many gate keys by simply waiting around later down the line when I'm unlocking all these characters. Also, the additional Legendary Duelist campaign was going on, so I had 2 characters spawn in each of the worlds, and their spawns worked a little faster. So that doesn't matter. I have enough gate keys and therefore I can afford to duel her at level 10 here. The objectives are that we summon 3 galaxy type monsters, or rather galaxy type monsters 3 times, and then win. So from leveling up Julius you get a few galaxy monsters like a level 7 tribute monster. You also have Transylvanic and Galactic Oblivion that are added to the deck with his starting skill. So I think even without spending any resources on cards like structure decks or card packs or whatever, you should be able to get 3 galaxy monsters in. And I'm not even sure if those 3 monsters had to be summoned in a single duel against her. Technically, it might be possible that you just summon Transylvanic and Galactic Oblivion, duel her again, and summon one of these 2 guys once more. But I'm not sure on that one. Anyways, I managed here to summon 3 galaxy type monsters in a single duel against her, and that means I just then have to win the duel, which is quite easy since I picked a level 10 opponent here, and even with a modified starter deck in Rush here, in Rush format, my cards should be able to deal with her, and with any other level 10 duelist as well. And don't you worry, we will be getting some better cards soon. Actually, at the end of this episode, basically, it's like minute 17 or something, or after 17 minutes in this episode, spoilers ahead I guess, you will be seeing quite a card galore, with me claiming all the cards that I can get basically for free, which includes lifetime cards and some of the 9th anniversary bingo sheet, and in the shop even I get a free structure deck, but I also purchased 2 structure decks, stay tuned for that. And of course my gift box has some stuff, so I will be getting cards including the friend code Galaxy starter deck or structure deck or whatever it is called. I do not care, we now won the duel, and that means that we can unlock Yumau, which was quite easy. And I'm glad that I have these easy unlocks because there are quite a few difficult ones up ahead. Not in this episode though, but in future episodes, and it will take a long time to unlock all of the characters that are in the game. So now here is a standard duelist, Terza Flatwood, and we have to beat her with Julius in order to get one of the Zuijo missions cleared. And there are two standard duelists that we need to beat for Zuijo. One of them is Terza and the other one is Chupataro. And Chupataro for me usually is the one that shows up more often, So I was quite happy to see Terza being here, which meant I took the opportunity to challenge her to a duel and win. And the reason I actually went to the gate and unlocked Yumau first was I thought that Yumau was the one that needed to beat Terza, but that wasn't the case. I checked ever since, and therefore I was in no rush to unlock Yumau before. But it is what it is. So with that said, we can go to a different world, since we do not need to stage up Go Rush any further than stage 6, and we are now in 7th world and want to make it to stage 10 eventually, but stage 7 is the mid goal for now. And we made it to stage 2 and 3 and can now see that Luke appears, and then at stage 4 we can challenge Luke to duels, but we can also unlock him finally. I'm not going to until a little later, once I need to get some of the stage missions done with him, like summoning his Dragias and stuff like that. When I am not playing a character collection challenge specifically, I like to hold off on unlocking characters until I absolutely have to, and this is a specific case with stage 7 in 7th world, but also stage 6 in all of the speed worlds like GX world and so on, that I need to get those to stage 6, and then I unlock all the characters that are available to me in that world, and then I stage that world up to stage 10 and get the remaining characters for that world. That's how I usually like to go about this. And that's the reason I'm not going to get more stages once I have all of them at stage 6 and 7th world at stage 7, I guess, and then DM world is whatever. So yeah, now I'm dueling Luke at the gate. He is level 10 here, and there are 2 objectives for me to follow through with. Those are summoning 7th Road Magician and win with Yuga against him. And both of these are easy missions. I mean, winning is pretty much a given, and so I just empty my hand and draw cards and get my 7th Road Magician that is added to my deck with my starting skill, and therefore shouldn't be a problem to clear those 2 missions. And unlock Luke, and I'm so happy that I have another character, because I have been playing on Yuga for quite a while now at this point. And since I now unlocked Luke, I can swap to him and continue grinding up the 7th world stages, which means 7th stage 6 will be next, and we're already at stage 5 here. And at stage 6 Gavin appears, but is not unlockable just yet. Also, all the other characters besides Roman and Gavin are now unlockable, including like Mimi and Hugo and Roa, Nail, and Asana, of course, is available as well here, but I am not going to unlock those until a little later. And also my main priority here, once I hit stage 7, is that I eventually will get Gavin before all the others, because I need to summon 10 warriors and 10 fairies with Gavin for some of the character unlock missions that I have in this world. So with 7th world at stage 7, I can go to a different world now, and I chose to go with Zexal world and get it all the way to stage 6. As I mentioned before, that's what my next goal is here. And once we make it to stage 5, Bronk will appear, but is not unlockable. You know it by now. And yeah, that means we can just stage up, and it took me a while to do this, but I of course cut all of that shit out, because you don't need to sit through me clearing stage missions when that's not necessary. And quite boring indeed, and repetitive. We have all the same stuff, like inflicting 5000 battle damage in a single duel, destroying like 3 monsters in a single duel or whatever it was, and getting battle damage in like a 23,000 battle damage in total or whatever, and destroying a lot of monsters and winning 10 duels and all that stuff. It's all the same. So yeah. Once we are at stage 6, we can swap to a different world, and I chose to go with DM, actually, staging it up some more, so that I can eventually get Mai and the other characters here. So, in DM world, we are now at stage 7, and can immediately go to the next stage as well, because there's not much to do. I mean, yeah, sure, Rex Raptor is unlockable now, but I don't need to rush it. I will get him eventually, so there's no worries here. Then at stage 8, we will have Mai appear, and Mai is an interesting case for me, since I'm playing with no outside resources as much as I can. I am looking to get her to level 25, so that I get access to the one copy of Windstorm of Etakra, which is a budget version of a trap card that can help us turn some duels around. It used to be a staple at the early days of the game, but now you have stuff like Book of Moon and even Book of Eclipse and Book of whatever. So that is not a good card anymore, and maybe it never was a good card, but hey, I wanted to have Windstorm of Etakra for some utility, and I will be getting it eventually, but only at the very end of this playthrough. So with that said, we can now move on to GX World and can make Esther appear, which was after summoning Dark Monsters 10 times. Bastion appeared after having one low deck win, which is winning a duel with 3 or less cards left in your deck. So that is done now, and we can stage up GX World until we hit stage 6. So we are at stage, what was it, 3, was it 4? We are going to stage up. I didn't even pay attention, so we're at stage 4 now, fine, okay. One more stage and then Chaz will appear, but it's not unlockable yet, and you maybe are tired of me saying it all the time. And at stage 6 we will be able to get Chaz and a lot of other characters in GX World, but again, this takes a lot of time and I cover all of those in later episodes. There's no need to do it right now. And once we hit stage 6, eventually I can show Jaden's deck that which is a representation of the deck that I've been using in speed format throughout this whole time, which is basically the best cards I have access to, and you can have all of those cards or most of those cards as well, except maybe Miller. That was a drop reward that I got, quite lucky, but you can use any other monster. And Dragon's Rage I got from Rebecca's starter deck, and I used it a lot in my decks for getting Uriah, the Lord of Searing Flames, and Mirror Force from my Lifetimes list eventually. So with this done, we can now go into some card galore, and I am going to claim so many cards for the rest of this episode. There's no more action to be had. So yeah, maybe this is boring, maybe it is not, and I chose to not speed this up because it would just make you miss the cards that I'm getting here. So from the Lifetimes list I got the Rush Gaia starter deck, and I did not open it yet because it is now in my gift box and I will open it later. Then the Trap Numbers Protection, whatever it's called. I'm obviously translating these from German as I go here. So then number 339, Utopia Ray Victory. We got 3 extra deck slots. Those are not cards, obviously. Monster Reborn, Mirror Force, Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Harpy Sisters in Rush format. Then Dark Magician as a Rush card, and Magician's Valkyria as a Rush. We also got Red Eyes Black Dragon as a Rush card, then Buster Blader as a Rush card, Dark Paladin for speed, a Dragon of Pride and Soul, Swords of Revealing Light, and Red Eyes Black Dragon, the manga artwork for speed format. I also just cracked the 9th anniversary bingo sheet number 1 for some goodies, and now I go into the shop. One thing that I've had from the beginning was the free pull of the structure deck Red Eyes Inferno, which I did not claim until now, and now I can do it. Didn't cost me anything. But unfortunately for me, basically, this is the only structure deck that does not cost me anything, since I'm going to purchase 2 more structure decks right now, both of which are 1000 gems each, and you may be debating on whether or not you need those. One of them is Ordice Challenger, and especially Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon that I get from these, and the Pendulum cards are going to help me in the long run. You're going to see me summon this Dark Rebellion so many times it's not even funny anymore. And the other one is the Stardust Nexus structure deck, which comes with a lot of synchro guys and includes stuff like Junk Archer, which allows us to banish 10 cards and eventually unlock Scud or get Scud's missions. We also have some of the friendship stuff here from the friendship decks. We are in our gift box right now, so we can claim a lot of card tickets, the Rush Gaia deck, the Friend Code Galaxy deck, the Friend Code Hero deck, which is for speed. Then get some more tickets, the skill for Yuhi, some more stuff, the 5-headed dragon for Rush format, the Dragon Master Knight for speed, some more stuff like Chronicle upgrades, then more tickets and gems, and yeah, a lot of goodies to be had that I did not actually claim on purpose before. Now I especially have Arc 5 World and DSOD World at stage 6, which means I can claim all of these cards without a worry in the world. Now we are in the beginner missions as well and can claim a Blue Eyes White Dragon and, more importantly, Mokuba for DM World, which also means I can win 5 duels with him to get his alternative style eventually, which probably is at the beginning of the next episode, knowing myself. I also got a starter deck Joey, which is in my gift box and that I can open right now, which gives me access to more cards and therefore better stuff that I can put in my deck in between episodes. Also, I can now show you the improved deck compared to before, which is the stuff that I claimed, and Stardust Dragon in the extra deck cannot even be summoned, but I don't care, I want to have it there and I have the space, so who cares. So besides the cards, we just got Yuhi and Yumau today, and next time we can start unlocking the characters. Thank you so much for watching.